the United States Air Force has carried out its second test launch this year, of an unarmed Minuteman III intercontinental missile. The missile was launched just before sunrise from Vandenberg Space Force Base in California. This test was part of routine operations to ensure that the nation's nuclear weapons remain effective, reliable, and accurate. Officials made it clear that this test had been planned far in advance and was not a response to any specific global event. According to a statement from Air Force Global Strike Command, these launches are regularly scheduled to verify the readiness of America's nuclear force and to support national defense goals. The Minuteman III missile flew about 4,200 meters across the Pacific and landed in a designated test zone near the Marshall Islands. While the missile was unarmed, it carried ATIST re-entry vehicle that gathered import flight data. This data will help engineers and defense experts develop upgrades and keep the nuclear weapons system modern and credible in today's environment of rising international tensions. These kinds of tests act as important reminders of the United States' strong and dependably nuclear defense capability. They show that America remains committed to keeping its strategic deterrent ready and functioning at the highest level. The Minuteman system itself is one of the key parts of the U.S. nuclear defense structure. It is made up of powerful ballistic missiles that can travel between continents. These missiles are replaced in underground silos built to withstand attacks. Each missile silo is connected to a secure underground control center through hardened communication cables. The launch teams consist of 2 trained officers who remain on constant alert inside the control centers. They are prepared to act immediately if they receive an official launch order to ensure a secure communication. Several systems are in place to allow the President and Secretary of Defense to quickly and directly contact all missile crews. If for some reason the ground-based launch control centers were disconnected from MSL site, the U.S. military has backup systems in place. In that case, specially equipped E-6B aircraft can take over and provide airborne command and control of the missiles. These airborne control centers are flown by fully trained missile combat crews who are able to carry out the President's instructions in any situation, even if ground systems are disabled. The Minuteman missile program began back in the late 1950s, and the first version, Minuteman I, was introduced into service during the early 1960s. At the time, it was a groundbreaking achievement in missile technology. It replaced the older generation of intercontinental ballistic missiles, which were slower to launch and ran on liquid fuel. Those earlier missiles had to be fueled before launch, making them less reliable and slower to respond in a crisis. The Minuteman, on the other hand, was built with solid fuel and was ready to launch in a matter of minutes. This made it a much more responsive and survivable component of the U.S. nuclear arsenal. From the very beginning, the Minuteman was a quick reaction system that could guide itself using internal navigation. This gave the missile the ability to fly without needing commands from ground stations after launch. The system was built with a high maintenance standard and followed a remove and replace maintenance method. This made it easier to keep the missiles ready to fire and helped ensure that they had an early perfect alert rate at all times. Maintenance teams could quickly swap out parts instead of doing long and complex. Over the years, the Minuteman system has gone through many upgrades. These modern improvements have made the missiles more accurate, more flexible in terms of targeting, and better able to serve an enemy attack. The goal has always been to make sure the missile stay ahead of evolving threats. Even today, more than 60 years since it first entered service, the Minuteman system is still a critical part of U.S. Navy. The continuous updates and testing keep the system reliable and able to take on new missions as technology and threats change. The current force of intercontinental missiles includes 400 Minuteman III missiles. These are spread out across 3 missile wings to ensure redundancy and survivability. They are stationed at the 90th Missile Wing at Fay Warren Air Force Base in Wyoming, the 341st Missile Wing at Malmstrom Air Force Base in Montana, and the 91st ESTA Missile Wing at Minute Air Force Base in North Dakota. These bases play a key role in America's nuclear command structure, keeping the missile crews on alert 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Each missile is stored in a reinforced silo and connected to the underground command network. These silos are far apart from each other to avoid being taken out by a single enemy. This spacing, combined with hardened structures and fast launch capabilities, ensures that the United States can respond effectively in case of any nuclear threat. The system is built to guarantee a second strike capability, meaning the U.S. can launch a counterattack even if it is hit first. This idea is at the heart of nuclear deterrence and has helped keep global powers in check for decades. The E-6B Mercury aircraft are another key part of the system. These flying command centers are equipped with advanced communication systems and carry trained personnel who are able to control missile operations from the air. If ground-based control is lost due to an enemy attack or technical failure, the E-6B can step in immediately. This kind of redundancy makes the U.S. nuclear command and control work extremely hard to disable. It also gives military leaders a survivable way to carry out national defense missions under extreme conditions. The Air Force continues to invest in keeping the Minuteman system modern and ready. New targeting systems, upgraded electronics, improved communication links, and enhanced launch procedures have all been introduced to meet changing global threats. These upgrades help make sure that the missiles remain one of the most powerful and dependable weapons in the use. Engineers are already working on the next generation of intercontinental ballistic missiles. Until those are ready, the Minuteman III will remain the backbone of America's land-based nuclear deterrent. The purpose of the recent test launch was to confirm that all the missile systems work correctly under optimal conditions. Data collected from the flight will be analyzed by experts to improve future designs and ensure constant reliability. These tests also send a message to potential adversaries. The United States maintains a missional, technologically advanced, and constantly monitored nuclear force. This helps prevent conflicts by showing that any attack on the U.S. would be met in immediate and overwhelming response. In a world where high-tech threats are always evolving, maintaining an effective and ready nuclear force is more important than ever. The Minuteman III continues to do its job silently beneath the surface, ready to act at a moment's notice. As defense strategies grow more complex and adversaries develop new weapons, the U.S. must keep its deterrence strong, accurate, and responsive. These test launches are just one part of that effort, but they are essential for keeping America safe and prepared. If you found this video informative, make sure to subscribe to our channel, Miss Lemons. For the latest updates in military technology, aerospace advancements, and national defense news. We bring you detailed breakdowns, real-time updates, and expert insights on the future of warfare and strategic dense systems. Stay informed, stay aware, only on Miss Lemons.